All right, so we have to talk about what's happened to Baker Mayfield, man. We talked about it a little
Oh,
bit
man.
last podcast just for a second, but Baker Mayfield, my God, what has happened? I mean, the Browns they lose 27-13 against the Patriots, and Baker Mayfield struggles again. I mean, and you can look at the raw stats: 20 of 31, 194 yards. That's not too bad, but only one touchdown, one pick, a 15.9 QBR, sacked 5 times. I mean, that's not necessarily his fault, but I mean, dadgum, he's thrown 12 interceptions to 6 touchdowns this year. I mean, like that's horrible. That's terrible. So, and the Browns are 2-5. So, I definitely want to like talk about what has happened to Baker Mayfield and why are the Browns dookie? They're dookie. I mean, they're one of. I think they're the most disappointing team of this year. I thought they were going to
Sure.
win the division and compete for a Super Bowl. Honestly, because the talent was there for me. That's what I saw. I saw Odell, I saw Jarvis, I saw them play with complement each other in college. So I thought with a quarterback like Baker Mayfield, who had a phenomenal rookie year and who has had, had great years in college, so there was nothing in the past that told me that he would not succeed. So I just thought that he would definitely be able to lead them to contending for a Super Bowl or at least contending in the playoffs. But they're not even close to that right now. So what do you think is going on?
Honestly, it's kind of hard because I hopped on the Baker Mayfield bandwagon before the season. I was saying it's better than the Deshaun Watson stuff. Like
Yeah, you made that
absurd
mistake.
stuff.
That's the
Yeah,
last time you're gonna make that mistake too.
yeah. I was. I don't know what I was on, but Baker Mayfield has been full. Honestly, he's looking like he probably should be benched, but you can't do that because he's
No, no,
Baker Mayfield.
I
But
wouldn't say that.
no,
Who do the Browns have other than that? Honestly, like
honestly, you might be better off putting Odell at QB at this
okay,
point. At
okay,
this point, he you know it's like okay, but
that's too much, bro. We've seen him throw a couple of passes, but we've never
and they
seen
all
him
been
drop back.
touchdowns though.
No, he I think he only threw for like he made a 20-yard completion this year, but I mean, no, you can't do that. No, he hasn't dropped back.
I don't know.
He doesn't understand protection schemes and all that, and not like a quarterback who's been doing it his whole entire life. He can't do that.
All right, so all right, let me get a little. Um, I do want to put some blame on his old on his. He got sacked 5 times last night. In the beginning of the season, it was just him, and then the sacks just getting higher and higher. Also put the sacks on him too because he's holding the ball a lot, like he's trying to force big plays.
I think it definitely goes hand in hand.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand. He's trying to force big plays when he could just take his check downs and stuff like that. Let me read you his stats from these last few games, as far as touchdowns and picks. First game, one touchdown, three interception. One touchdown, one interception. One and one, 1-1. Zero touchdowns, two interceptions. One touchdown, three interceptions. One touchdown, one interception. Now that's below average. Like I did. The only reason he has all these only reason he has 6 touchdowns is because he's playing in all these games and he's playing the whole game.
Pretty
This is
much.
this is atrocious. Like I honestly like I don't know really what they say. It's just he's just bad. Maybe it's him not focused. Maybe he got something going on at home. I don't. It's really like no explanation. Calling the play calling hasn't been awful. Nick Chubb's been doing his thing. He fumbled twice last night. He fumbled twice last night. Nick Chubb's fumbled twice last night. But besides that, play calling isn't awful. Is it could be better. It could improve drastically. But a lot of this goes on him. A lot of their failure goes on him. Um, I honestly don't know what to say. He's just been terrible. I really don't have no explanation or nothing to say. He's just
I,
been god awful.
I'm gonna have to push back on that because I talked about it last podcast. Freddie Kitchens is not he's not right for the head coaching job. He's also the offensive coordinator. He does both, and he doesn't do either well, either because the play calling to me is horrible. I'm sorry, it's
I want to say
terrible.
horrible.
I mean, at some games, yeah, they definitely in some moments in games it looks good, but at other times it's like head scratching. It's like, what are you doing? And it's even worse as the head coach. You realize that during the Patriots game, they literally, it was 4th and 11. For one, you should not be punting. It was too late in the game to be punting the ball if you wanted to win. And it was a 14-point game. So let's just keep
Oh
that in
yeah, I saw
mind.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. He goes out and puts his punt unit out in 4th and 11. He realizes he makes a mistake. They get a false start, back it up 5 yards, and then they go for it. And they don't get it. Obviously, because 4th and 16 is going to be harder than 4th and 11. I mean, that's just simple common sense. That's using your brain. I don't know what Freddie Kitchens is doing, but he's not right for the job. He should not have a head coaching job. They definitely pulled the trigger too fast on him. And also, another indicator of why he shouldn't be the coach, they are the highest penalized team. That comes down to the head coach because you have to be able to teach these guys discipline. I don't care if they're pros. You definitely have to give some credit or some blame, I should say, to the players who are, enacting the penalties because they are in the NFL. You shouldn't be doing this by now. But at the same time, as a coach, you have to handle that. The penalties are on you. The team discipline is on you. And I think, the offseason for as a whole for the Browns was just they put themselves behind the 8 ball because they talked all that trash. They talked about how we're feeling dangerous, man. We feeling dangerous. Well, you feeling dangerous now? I need to ask that question. Freddie Kitchens, you were smiling all during the offseason. I mean, during the preseason, you tried to blitz one of these teams and try to come out, run a hurry up offense the first preseason game to try and
Jets.
show off, your play calling ability. How's that working out for you right now? I feel like they put a target on their backs by their brashness and their arrogance, and now teams are coming out and they're saying, we're going to destroy you. The Titans, it showed in the Titans game, the first game. Remember what Delaney Walker said? We are who they thought, they are who we thought they were. Right? That's what he said. He's talking trash about them. So you definitely put a target on your back by being so brash, and part of that is on Baker Mayfield because that's his personality. But at the same time, there are some other issues going on than just that. Because I mean, he's always been brash, but he's never had these type of problems. And at first in the season, I thought it might have been, he's forcing it to Odell. He's feeling that pressure of, I got to move the ball and get it to all these people to make them happy. But I don't think it is that anymore. I really don't. I think,
Yeah, I don't think so either.
because Odell, they're not even targeting him as much anymore. And it's still happening. The problems are still reoccurring. So you can't blame it exclusively on Odell. I definitely think there's blame all over. Like, I know people like to have the hot takes and blame it on, it's his fault. It's one person's fault. Even though I think Freddie Kitchens is most to blame, there's blame around to go because this is a team-wide problem. When you have 13 penalties against the Patriots, that is a problem with the entire team and your focus and your mentality. And this team just doesn't have the focus and the mentality yet. And that's why they are not, I don't even think they will make the playoffs, honestly. They put themselves in too deep of a hole. They play some terrible teams throughout. So they're going to start winning and they're going to start talking more trash. But I don't think that it's going to amount to anything, really. They have. I don't think they will because they have to count on the Ravens. Because the Ravens, I think, will get a wild card. Or no, they'll probably win the division. So The Ravens will get that spot. And then the Steelers, I definitely think, are still in contention, even with a backup quarterback, to go for one of those wild card spots.
The Ravens got some tough games though. They
They do.
got at least 4 tough games, which
But
they're gonna lose to the Patriots. They got some tough games.
answer me this. Who do you trust more at this point in their career? Lamar Jackson or Baker Mayfield?
That Florida boy, Lamar.
Exactly. Lamar Jackson. You're going to trust him. To me, I'm trusting him almost every time because I know he can at least go out there, even when he's struggling throwing the ball, he can still go out there and make plays because he is an athlete. He makes plays. Baker Mayfield, if he's not throwing the ball, what is he going to do? He's only runs about a 4.8, 4.9 in the 40. He's not going nowhere. He's not running the ball.
Nope.
Lamar Jackson could change the game with his arms and his arm and his legs. And I think that makes him dangerous. You want to talk about, oh, we're feeling dangerous. Lamar Jackson, he's dangerous. That's dangerous. So, we'll see how they improve, but just to recap that game also with what we said about the Patriots. Patriots defense, still good.
Yep.
The Browns are terrible, but still, 3 turnovers. When you force 3 turnovers, that's game changing. And again,
yeah, that's no matter who you play.
And again, like we said, Tom Brady, he's not going to be the reason they go 16-0 if they do. It's going to be that defense. But I digress because some of these Tom Brady fans be out of control. They're, oh, look at his 6 rings. Look at his 6 rings. Man,
he didn't play bad. He
didn't. I'm not saying he played bad, but can we evaluate him on the season at hand? Can we evaluate him on that? Because I'm tired of hearing this 6-ring conversation. I'm evaluating him on this year. All right, that's what we doing. All right.
Low key, his stats do look good though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They look decent, but they're classic. They're not classic Tom Brady because Tom Brady back in his career would throw the ball downfield. But this is old man Tom Brady stats where he just chucks it down to, dinks and dunks to Edelman and James White and Burkhead, and he's getting the ball out of his hands because and to be fair, you can't really throw the ball down the field when, you're that old. Because the more you hold on to that ball, the more likely you are to get hit. And when you get hit when you're older, it starts feeling different. You start hurting a little bit different. So,
no, that's good.
So if you like this video, hit the like button down below. And also, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And also click the notification bell so that you never miss a video or a stream.